Yeah. So no, I'm single. You know somebody?
I know a couple people.
Tell your friends to pull up.
Tell my friends
Tell
to
them
pull up. I feel okay.
Tell them to pull up.
In the midst of you figuring out the balance.
Well, I mean, once I see it, I know it.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
All right. Got it. Got it.
Let's sit on the couch. Let's talk it out. Come on, join the show. I'll tell you what I know. Oh, talk about it. It's the best podcast. Let's have a blast.
I think that we're all walking brands. You know, we have a digital footprint. We all have something to offer, and we all have something to gain. But to actually monetize what is happening can be a struggle point for many. When it comes to building a brand, you have to back that up with sustaining that brand. And today's guest is doing just that. Parker is sitting on the couch, ready to weigh in on this conversation and so much more. Hey, you, what's new?
You know, everything. I'm just, living day by day and honestly just growing as I go.
Taking it day to day.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Words from Erica Jane, my girl. Day to day. But okay, so we have to talk about your brand.
Yes.
Truth Black. It caters to nearly all lifestyle essentials and X, Y, and Z. Talk about what that is and how you came up with this brand.
Yeah, you know what? For me, I just saw a void in black and white, staple pieces.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to create something that was black and white and metal toned, right? Because for me, I love to wear all white. I love to wear all black. And it was just about, finding it, right, in the marketplace that wasn't crazy expensive. And so I was like, you know what? Let me create some stuff for myself. And then it just kind of kept growing from there.
Where did you come up with this name of Truth Black? Like, it's so specific.
Yeah, so really, it really just comes down to that. Like, I was like, what can I name it? I want to name it black and white, black, white, black, true. Like, I want it to be truthful to like what the brand's aesthetic was and the mission. And so I was like, okay, let me call it Truth Black. Like, I just love the name. I just love the vibe of it. And it's weird because, people ask me now, a lot of times, like my white, like my, Caucasian customers or even, non-Caucasian customers would be like, I'm not culturally appropriating, am I, by buying this product? It's not just for black people, right? And I'm like, no, it has nothing to do with like color or anything like that. It's simply just the vibe is, black and white. I dress anyone that is an icon in the making.
Is that your slogan? Is that your tag?
It's a play on it. It's a play on it. So for the technically our slogan is for the icons of today and the icons of tomorrow.
Okay, that's me.
Yeah,
that's
me. Yes.
So as a boss, though, talk to me a little bit about how you enrich and, improve your company culture.
Yeah, so really, I just think, for me, you have to listen, right? Because if you're talking, you're not really listening, right? So I really have to learn to listen to, like, sometimes people that I hire on projects to work with me because I have to understand their form of literacy, right? So for me, I really just try to listen more and try to implement the ways that they know how to understand, right? And so it's been interesting. I have a couple employees that are not even in this country, right? And so you can imagine that is something that's like so different, right? Because what a saying or a microaggression for me, right, may not be a microaggression for them, right? Like things like sure, right? I hate when someone uses the word sure.
Sure, really?
Yeah, well, just because to me it sounds like you don't really want to do it, and it sounds like more passive aggressive. But that's me, right?
Yeah.
And that's my experience, right? So when I say, hey, do you mind, re-editing this file, and I get a sure response back, it just seems like, oh, you really want to do it, right? So, but you have to realize, person to person, everyone's literacy is going to be different. So
Yes.
I think that's really been the trick to all of it because I really want to be a great leader in whatever I do because you can implement those skills into anything,
So I know when it comes to like, you have many products under your brand.
Yes.
What is that like uplifting and putting out a new product or service?
Yeah, well, so it's a lifestyle brand, right? So I want to cultivate the entire brand from a lifestyle perspective, from what you wear, right, to how you smell, right, and at some point to what you drink, right? And so, the goal with the brand altogether is actually to be a boutique hotel. And I don't know if I guess I'm saying it here on camera, but I want it to be a stay and purchase experience, right? So say you use our couch and you love that couch, right? Say you use the room sprays that we have in the room, you love it. At your checkout, we could be like, oh, do you love everything that you tried? They're like, oh yeah, I love this and I love the menu, and we'll send you a kit to your house to make some food or whatever it is that you experience at our boutique hotel. So that's the goal for it. I wanted to really cultivate like an entire lifestyle, right? And an experience.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, I know, but I know now it's out there.
It is out there.
It's okay.
It is out there.
The great thing about a great idea is that you have many more.
and no one will do it how you will.
Exactly.
But I also know, speaking of your brand, that you have a very all-inclusive brand, and that's not, all brands are not doing that because, extra material, X, Y, and Z. Why was that very important for you?
It was super important for me because I always saw that void in the business, me being a heftier, thicker guy all my life, right? I've always been corn-fed. Listen, I went straight from the Similac straight to the grits, and so for me, it was always hard to find clothes growing up. Like even when I wasn't chubby, I was tall. When I wasn't, or when I was short, but I was wide. It was like always those things in between puberty. And so I really wanted to create a brand that was unisex. So everything that I do, from the entire brand, from the scents to the accessories to the clothing, I always think of it as to how could a woman wear this? How could a man wear this before we put it out, right? And for me, style is unisex, right? So for example, even my pants right now, these are actually women's pants, right? Yeah. So, but it's all about how you wear it, right? So I'm not wearing it super tight. I'm wearing them loose still. But it's all about how you wear it and how you put it together. So for me, inclusiveness is huge. It's just huge for me. Yeah.
How do you increase, and maybe I can even learn something from this, brand recognition? People see your stuff and they know it's you. Like, what was that like, fostering that?
Yeah, so for me, I think I took a different approach with my background in marketing and branding. The great thing about it is I got to see a lot of activations fail, right? But throughout that process, I got to see a lot of successes, right? And for me, when it comes to fashion, I never wanted my brand to be built off of celebrity endorsements, celebrity placement, right? Because once you build a brand off of celebrity placement and celebrity endorsements, once you no longer have that, right? Will people still have interest in the brand? Right. And so that's the question. So I did not want to create a brand that was sustainable off of celebrities. I wanted people to love the brand first. Right. So no matter what product we put out, you'll still love it. Right. No matter who's attached to it. And so, I think that was really important for me. And I think I still stick with that. And I think as far as brand recognition and keeping it consistent is I have a very unique, in my opinion, laid out brand aesthetic. Right. And also when I go out in public, I go out looking like my billboard of my brand, right? Hence how you and I met, right? We met, you saw me.
You dripped.
I looked like an icon.
Okay.
And then you were like, hey, so it's all about dressing and looking like what you want people to, I guess, buy into, right? So I want people to buy into the brand of Truth Black and the lifestyle. And so I have to embrace it and wear it myself.
You're doing a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
Very busy.
Yes, you have to be.
Booked.
Yes.
How do you balance that work life and then personal life?
It's really a balance, right? And this year I said was going to be my my focus to make it more of a focus, right? So right now I don't really have the biggest personal life. I will be honest with you, because working in this industry, it is so close knit, right? Your personal life is your business life, right?
Yeah.
And just being from the Midwest, it comes back to that. Like I am through and through. At the end of the day, you see all this, and it's like, okay, this guy has style. This guy has this. He has that. He looks great. Blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, when I'm at home, I'm just in some, a sweatpants and like some, some shorts or in a hoodie. You know what I mean? Like I'm just very simple. So for me, my disconnect being here in, LA, for me was just people not being genuine, right? And so, right now I'm trying to really understand how to separate who's genuine and who's not, and just also give people the opportunity to show me who they are.
That's a task, and it takes time.
Yes.
So, are you dating?
I am not dating. You know what? I need to find out what it is I actually like, because you know what? For me, I just love good energy, right?
Yeah.
No matter what that looks like. This plant got good energy. This couch got good energy.
You want the plant?
I want to marry the plant. You know what I mean? And so I need to really, I know I can't do that though, right? Right? So I really need to find out truly what it is that I like, right?
Yeah.
But because obviously it changes, right? And I really do just love good people, right? So I think that's what it comes down to. It's like you can like someone because of their energy, but are you romantically into them, right? Are you sexually into them? Can you build a life or career, or like a career in life around that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, so no, I'm single. You know somebody?
I know a couple people.
Tell your friends to pull up.
Tell my friends to pull up. I feel okay.
Tell them to pull up.
In the midst of you figuring out the balance.
Well, I mean, once I see it, I know it.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
All right. Got it.
You know?
Got it. I do want to ask you though, because this year has already been a year.
Yes.
And we've seen a lot of things. How you feel about the loss of Andre Leon Talley, who was big in the industry.
Yes.
What was your experience?
Andre Leon Talley passing away was so it was a detriment to not only the fashion industry, but also the Black community, in the sense that he's brought so much to the table, and I still don't feel like he's gotten his full bouquet of flowers.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like there's still more to be given. You know, so I really hope that someone, Netflix, Hulu, give me a Roku, give me a Black TV, give me something. We'll do a documentary on Andre Leon Talley.
Not the Roku.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Roku they have a network too. Listen, Roku, they got a channel too. And you think about it though,
Yes,
Roku has the potential to honestly get more views than Hulu, Netflix, and everything else, because you have to remember it's their TV.
No, now let's talk about it, because Roku, like I have a Roku TV, you can go straight to it and it's free and it's quick and blah 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 blah. But like the marketing,
Off.
well,
Off.
hey.
But you have to realize too, Roku is based in
Call me Roku.
Yeah, Roku's based in China, if I believe correctly. And so you have to remember, obviously, the demographics and the marketing is gonna be different from consumer to consumer, right? So maybe when they launch, they probably would focus more on like an Asian-based clientele and not for the U.S. market, and they just need to get that U.S. marketing expert to get it on point.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. With all that you're doing, how do you make sure that you're staying on top of your mental health in the midst of all of this?
You know what? Really, mental health is like priority, because you know what? If money, like if you want money, success, you want to be at all the hottest events and wherever you are, you're going to be able to get all that stuff. But the thing is can you keep it? And do you know how to balance it, right? So, I had a huge awakening at some point in my career within the last few years, where I was going through something really, 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 really crazy for me. And everyone was like, I was telling everyone like, hey, this is what I'm going through, my close friends. And none of them were like, they were like, oh, so what's the events going on tonight? Can we check in under your name? Not, oh, friend, can I come over and how's your mental health? Like, how's this and that? So it really made me think like, you know what? At the end of the day, you really have to put your mental health first, right? You can't expect people to help you put your mental health first, because you're going to notice something's off before someone else does, right?
Yeah.
And so, I just try to make sure that I go outside at least 30 minutes a day, because sometimes I can look up, being on a computer, doing admin stuff. People be like, oh, wow, all you do is walk around, go to places, look cute. No, I really be working. I be doing admin stuff on the back. Like, I really be in the house, at the office, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? You have to get out the house at least for 30 minutes just to see what's going on outside, and to get some fresh air. And also to take a jog. A jog has actually been, when I tell you, I know it sounds so cliche and simple, but literally exercise really has like helped me get out of blue funks. Yeah. So I think mental health and just putting that forth, because business, if your mental health is not good, if your physical health is not good, your business can be great, but it's going to all come crumbling down because you have to focus on your mental health or your physical health, right?
Look at Wendy Williams.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Key example had the world, right, in her hands, right? Like #1 daytime TV show with a single solo host, right? And but she put her mental health on the back burner, right? And she always talked about how, I've never not had a job my entire career.
Oh, I know. And now look at you.
Look at you. You never took a second to break and to rethink and re-understand and say, hey, am I being a good person? Hey, am I doing things right? Hey,
all these things matter.
All these things matter.
Yeah, that's good. Can I play a game with you?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Is it Monopoly?
With the fake money.
Okay.
Yes. No. It's this or that.
Okay. I love it.
So just jump straight into it, and we'll figure out. We'll get to know you a little bit better.
Let's go.
The person behind the brand.
Let's go.
All right. Winning the lottery or finding your soulmate?
Finding my soulmate. The money will come.
Red or pink?
Pink. But both colors look good on me, though.
Glass half full or glass half empty?
Glass half full, but it just depends on the day.
Okay. Jock strap or thong?
Neither. But you know what? The truth, black jock straps are pretty comfortable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're pretty comfortable.
Boxer brief?
Listen, I just like to be natural, all natural. Like, we didn't come into this world with no underwear on.
Okay, wait. I'm like, what can I get? I like pajamas or a robe?
Okay, a robe, because everything else is gonna be nothing underneath it. Yes.
Okay, passwords or secret handshake?
Passwords.
Vacation or staycation?
Staycation all the way.
A flat or a heel?
Heel.
Night or morning?
Night.
Okay. Rich and famous or rich and unknown?
Rich and unknown. Like, I don't want you to know who I am. I just want to be able to do whatever I want to do. Travel, see the world. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Bad hygiene or bad body odor?
Isn't that one of the same?
Wait, I'm thinking about what's the one in the mouth? That's what I'm thinking about in the
bad
mouth.
bad oral hygiene.
Breath. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? It's
What's the one about?
at this point, it's one and the same. But honestly, if
They're
I
all
had to
bad.
choose, yeah. I mean, I have really good oral hygiene, so I would want you to have good oral hygiene. So I would say I couldn't deal with bad breath.
You have great teeth.
Thank you.
I will say.
Thank you.
I will say. I mean,
Smile Direct, Dr. Ing, and not genetics. 'Cause everybody in my family has gaps. So,
all right. Well, on that note,
yeah.
shout out to the family.
Yes.
I do want to thank you for stopping by, though, because I feel like you are such a force and you're radiant. And so, like, thank you for sharing your time on my couch.
No, thank you for having me. And likewise,
Yes.
this is amazing time. I need to come here more often. I sit on this couch more often. I feel good. It's
Okay?
comfortable.
The healing couch.
Yes, the healing couch. It's giving Ashley Furniture needs to sponsor your.
It's not, no. West Elm.
No, but I'm saying Ashley Furniture needs to sponsor.
take all the
Yeah, they need
brands.
to sponsor your sets.
They should.
Because you do such a great job cultivating the
They
vibes.
should. They
Yes.
should. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for that. So, what's next for you? What's next for you, though?
The question is, what's not next for me, right?
Boom.
I don't want to ever put myself in a category, and I never want to put a limit on myself. So I want to get into everything, right? So, for me right now, it's like building the capital to do what I want to do for the next stage of my career and my business. But, really, I guess what's next for me is really getting to know myself in this next stage of my life and my career, right? Because you have to realize during the pandemic, I took a pivot and focus. And so now I'm a different person, right? Yeah. And because now before I was getting paid to spend other people's money. But now it's all my money. So it's like, ooh, so I just need to learn this new person of me and who I am and just learn to just be the happy person that I used to be more, and not be so focused on deadlines and not so focused on, the manufacturing issues, right? And supply chain issues and all this other stuff that, I go throughout the day-to-day basis. And now even more with this whole war starting back up. And so, yeah, just getting back to me and just learning to love myself fully, right? Throughout everything, through the business, through the personal, all that.
Yeah.
And keeping good people around me.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I see it for you.
Thank you.
Hey, man.
Well, you're going to be a part of the people that surround me.
Okay,
so.
let's touch and agree.
Yeah. Listen, signed, sealed, and delivered.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
What's up, family? Thanks so much for tapping into this episode. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube and Instagram and wherever you get your podcasts from for listening pleasure. Don't miss our weekly Millennial Conversations Pod Post Edition right here. My name is Archie J, and thanks for joining me today.